Okay, let's talk about your Miele appliances. If you're a homeowner here in San Diego and you've invested in this brand, you already know they're built to a completely different standard than your average kitchen machine. But look, let's be totally honest for a second. When one of those meticulously engineered $5,000 units starts blinking a red error code and making strange noises, yeah, mild panic sets in. Well, today's explainer is designed entirely for you. We are going to cut straight through the fluff to decode how Miele Appliance Repair actually works. Our whole goal here is to protect your investment, save you a ton of time, and make sure you know exactly what to look for and what to ask for before a technician ever knocks on your door.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our exact roadmap for today. Section 1, the Miele repair difference. Section 2, local climate appliance impacts. Section 3, dishwasher and fridge faults. Section 4, why genuine parts matter. And finally, Section 5, should you repair or replace?
Section 1. The Miele Repair Difference. Right out of the gate, it's absolutely crucial to understand that these machines are a completely different beast. A technician who is lightning fast at fixing a standard mass market brand can easily misdiagnose a Miele. Why? Because with Miele, the symptoms are incredibly misleading. These machines run on their own proprietary logic, and they're usually panel-ready, meaning they're sitting hidden behind heavy, custom cabinet fronts. So if a tech is just guessing the problem based purely on the immediate symptom, that is a recipe for disaster and wasted money. Think about it. Those heavy decorative custom panels literally alter the appliance door's weight and swing. Because of this, a specialized technician follows a very strict order of operations. Step 1 is always checking the panel and door alignment. Say a dishwasher won't start. Well, a standard tech might assume it's a blown control board right away. But a specialized tech knows the panel-ready door might just be sagging and no longer reaching the latch. Only after completely ruling out alignment do they move to step 2, tracing the mechanical and water paths. And then, finally, step 3 is testing that super expensive control board. So what can you do to speed this whole process up? You need a before-you-call checklist. To make sure you get on the right path for parts, grab the full model and serial number directly off the door jamb or the panel frame. Note the timeline, too. Does the problem come and go, or is it constant? And this is key. Note if you've had any recent cabinet, flooring, or plumbing work done in the kitchen or laundry room. Finally, just snap a quick photo of the appliance display and the surrounding installation. Giving all of this directly to the tech helps them trace the actual failure, rather than just guessing and replacing the first part that looks suspicious. Moving on to Section 2. Local climate appliance impacts. Now here is a fascinating twist I bet you didn't see coming. Where you live in San Diego County literally changes how your appliance fails. San Diego isn't just one uniform climate for your appliances. If you're on the coast, in communities like Coronado or La Jolla, that beautiful, expensive ocean breeze is ironically your appliance's biggest enemy. That salt air heavily speeds up corrosion on exposed metal, like hinges, latches, and electrical contacts. Meanwhile, our inland cities face the exact opposite issue. In places like Poway, Santee, El Cajon, and Escondido, hard water is the main culprit. It leaves behind mineral scale that builds up over time as the water heats up and evaporates. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what to watch out for based on your zip code. Coastal homes, you really need to watch for corrosion, especially on panel-ready dishwashers and integrated fridges. Inland homes, you're on the lookout for mineral scale clogging up jets and valves in your dishwashers and washing machines. And hey, no matter your zip code, if you have a recently remodeled kitchen, your primary risk factor instantly shifts to panel alignment and cabinet clearances. Mentioning your specific local variables when you call for service massively shortens the path to the right diagnosis. All right, Section 3, dishwasher and fridge faults. Let's look at the specific quirks of these units. And let's start by busting a massive myth. If your Miele dishwasher is leaving a film or residue on your dishes, no, that does not automatically mean you have a failed control board. It could so easily be a restricted spray jet, a clogged filter, weak water flow, or a drain issue. Heck, if you live inland, say in Santee, it might just be the hard water doing its thing. Also, pay close attention to exactly when your dishwasher stops. A unit can pause mid-fill, mid-wash, mid-drain, or mid-dry. Knowing that exact point of failure is like a cheat code that narrows down the diagnosis for your technician. Now, integrated refrigerators and columns present a whole different kind of challenge. Why? Because their ventilation, their hinges, and their service access are all completely hidden behind your custom cabinetry. If you notice a warm compartment, don't immediately panic and think you have a failed sealed system. Because of how tightly these units are installed, panel doors that slightly shift can seal unevenly, even if the front of the cabinet still looks perfectly straight to you. That warm air could literally just be a door slightly out of alignment or maybe an airflow restriction around the cabinet clearances. We actually see a very similar level of precision required for Miele laundry equipment. These machines fail on their own specific timelines. A washing machine that randomly pauses mid-cycle has completely different potential causes depending on exactly when it stopped. Was it during the fill, tumbling, draining, heating, spinning? And for our inland viewers, keep in mind that your hard water scales up the exact same inlet valves and water paths in washing machines as it does in dishwashers. That absolutely has to be ruled in or out before a tech even thinks about touching the expensive electronics. Which brings us to Section 4, Why Genuine Parts Matter. You absolutely cannot just slap a generic or quote-unquote close enough component into a Miele machine and expect it to run. Miele is incredibly strict about their hardware. Their parts are key to the exact model and configuration of your specific unit, all the way down to the very connector. A sensor, a latch, or a control board might look visually identical to the naked eye, but it can carry completely different connectors or run entirely different operating logic. If a technician tries to use an incorrect part, it either won't work at all, or worse, it'll throw a brand new fault that the system wasn't even expecting. This is exactly why a botched Miele repair job costs significantly more to fix than a mass-market brand. As a homeowner, you have to empower yourself here. Before you approve any repair, demand these things in your quote. Ask if the problem was actually confirmed through testing. Verify that the part is an exact model match. Ensure that panel removal and realignment are included in the price. You don't want that added as a surprise afterthought. And insist the tech runs a full test cycle afterward to ensure the fix actually held. Skipping these steps? Well, that means you might end up paying for the exact same repair twice. No thanks. Finally, Section 5. Should you repair or replace? This right here is the most pressing concern for any premium appliance owner facing a breakdown. It's the ultimate question, isn't it? When your high-end machine stops working, is it actually worth repairing, or should you just cut your losses and start fresh? I'll tell you right now, the math here is entirely different than it is for a standalone slide-in unit. And here is why this matters so deeply. Replacing a Miele appliance is rarely as simple as just sliding a new box into an empty slot. Because these are premium, deeply integrated appliances, replacing one often triggers, well, actually, it's more like it triggers a mini kitchen remodel. You have to worry about matching custom cabinet panels, adjusting tight clearances, and aligning all your finishes just to make sure the new unit actually blends seamlessly into your existing cabinetry. So, the crucial point is summarized perfectly by this golden rule from the experts. A confirmed single-component fault usually makes repair the easy call. It's that simple. If your technician correctly diagnoses a single failing part, like, say, a control board or a water inlet valve, and the rest of the machine is totally sound, repairing it is almost always the most sensible and cost-effective choice. So you definitely fix it when there's a clear single-part fault. But you need to hit pause and really evaluate replacement if the diagnosis reveals several completely unrelated problems popping up all at once. Furthermore, if you live on the coast and the technician finds widespread salt air corrosion that is eaten across multiple hinges and electrical contacts, yeah, that changes the math considerably. Oh, and a quick pro tip. If you already have a full kitchen remodel on the calendar anyway, it is absolutely worth just folding the appliance replacement into that plan rather than making the decision twice. Ultimately, any genuine quote for Miele repair costs can only be given after a physical inspection. You literally cannot get an accurate price over the phone without someone looking at the machine first. The final price depends on highly variable factors: the specific diagnosis, the cost of that exact model-specific part, how accessible the unit actually is in your cabinetry, and whether intricate panel removal and realignment work is going to be necessary. So before you pick up the phone to call a technician, ask yourself, do you have your exact model number ready? And do you know your local climate risks? By taking just 5 minutes to check your door jamb, snapping a few quick photos, and knowing whether you're fighting coastal salt air or inland mineral scale, you guarantee yourself a faster, far more accurate diagnosis. But, it leaves us with a much bigger question to ponder. As our kitchens become increasingly integrated and technologically complex, are we managing our appliances, or are they starting to manage us? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and stay curious.